Hi, I'm Roman. Welcome to my anime report. Today I'll be talking about episode 1 of My Master Has No Tail. I'm not gonna lie guys, I did not vibe with this anime. I vibed with it so poorly that the first couple of scripts I wrote for this video, all I did was take digs at it. But I had to remind myself that I'm not the arbiter of what's good and what's bad. I can just tell you what I like and what I don't. So without further ado, allow me to explain to you why I struggled to vibe with this show. I'll talk about first what happens in the episode. It's a story about a young tanuki. This is a creature that I assumed is just from Japanese folklore and does not exist, but it's actually just a real creature that there's folklore about. They're also known as raccoon dogs, which is a pretty accurate name if you ask me. Something I'm still kind of confused about is if all tanuki are considered magical or it's just like some of them. Anyway, we follow this young tanuki. She comes from a village of tanuki. They all seem to have like a human's level of intelligence, right? And it seems by nature, most of them are like tricksters, and they can shapeshift. In lore, they can shapeshift, not in real life. They can shapeshift. We follow our young tanuki. She goes to the big city. She tries tricking people, but she's really bad at it. She meets this lady that does rakugo, which is like where a single person does storytelling using only their voice, a paper fan, and a small cloth as props. She sees this lady perform, and she's kind of captivated by the performance. Then after the show, all the people she tried to trick chase her through the town, and she eventually gets saved by the rakugo lady, who uses a flying boat trick thing, revealing herself as magical. Then the tanuki is like, I'm gonna become a rakugo performer. My real problem with this show starts with my lack of a suspension of disbelief. I couldn't get invested, and that mainly starts with the fact that I had no idea what tanuki are or what rakugo is. Pretty much all the stuff I told you about both of these things, I learned from Wikipedia. Now this show was made for a Japanese audience, an audience that is likely aware of the lore behind both of those things. But as a foreigner, I found it hard to get into because I felt like I wasn't clued in very well, or as much as the audience it was intended for was supposed to be clued in. So while I'm watching this, I'm trying to put the pieces together about what tanuki are through watching the young tanuki. But then before I can really get a good grasp on everything, the show stops after only showing me 6 minutes of our main character to spend half the episode watching rakugo. This was really not the vibe for me because, I didn't have a good grasp on what tanuki are, and then the show decides to shelve that to tell some stories through rakugo that felt kind of pointless. I get that they were trying to introduce some concepts by having her watch the show, but I couldn't get into it because I was just frustrated with my general lack of knowledge and understanding. I could go on about all the little things that bothered me, but I feel like this is really my main problem with the show. I can't really tell how important my other criticisms really are, because I just know that the hardest part for me to get into is the fact that my disbelief, my suspension of disbelief is non-existent because I really just don't understand the concepts at hand. If you like the show, I'm happy for you, but I think if you don't really have a grasp on what tanuki are or what rakugo is, it's probably not worth your time. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you want to see stuff similar to this, please consider subscribing. The channel is very close to hitting 300 subscribers. Thank you for making it this far into the video. I'll see you next time.